Welcome to the Milan Edit 2026. I'm here at Rosanna Orlandi's gallery, and with me is Roberto Sironi, a brilliant mind who just does this kind of work that unearths itself. He loves to play with materials. His objects are also quite spiritual and mystical in some way. And today, the series that I'm seeing around me is absolutely incredible. And we were having a chat before we actually started. It's these pieces of log and wood are actually from Japan, and he's reinterpreted these entire beautiful sculptural pieces. And over to him, I'd like you to explain to us.
So I'm Roberto Sironi. It's my pleasure to introduce the collection named The Future Memories. I have worked in collaboration with a Japanese carpentry firm named Sansui. They recover ancient beam from vernacular houses and residency in Japan and also temples, with the idea to create an archive of these beams. They have more than 5,000 beams, the stock.
And they've actually numbered each one of them and they've archived
Exactly.
it, yeah?
It's amazing because we have for each beam, we have the name of the owner, the origin of the wood, the age of the wood, type of architecture. So we know everything of each beam. It's like an ID card.
So if I actually become the owner of this piece, this has a proper history to it, right?
Yes, because these are part of the cultural heritage of the Japanese architecture. And as you can see, there are beautiful wooden joints named kigumi. It's a technique used in Japan to connect wood and for architecture. And in each beam you can see these beautiful joints and also the designs and the marks of the Japanese axes.
And the beauty about it is that it's all hand done, that this was all hand carved at that point in time.
Yes,
Yeah?
absolutely. Yes,
yeah.
it's totally hand carved.
Yeah. And you were mentioning this is pine wood,
Yes,
Japanese pine wood.
it's most of them are Japanese pine, except this one, which is zelkova. It's another kind of wood. It's interesting because it's pine in Japan is important. It's an important species, and it's a sort of it's not oak, so it's like a poor wood, but functional to this kind of architecture for his
For the joinery.
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly, and they were carved more than 200 years ago. So inside there is a memory, there is a story.
Yes, that's why I said your work is very mystical, because you're really bringing back that to today's scenario. And I love the fact that you've positioned this with stainless steel.
Yeah.
What was your thought process behind that?
Because I wanted to combine this kind of wood, which is ancient and hand carved and human made, in contrast with this material, which is more machine made, artificial. So there is this kind of vibration between the two materials, and then there is a sort of philosophical and aesthetical idea which refers to the flat surface of the lakes in Japan, where the natural elements such as rocks mirrored into the water. So there is this kind of this idea, which is not just is part of the aesthetic of Japan, but also a sort of philosophy of the
So
ancient
did you
Japan.
knowingly or unknowingly kind of make it very Zen?
Yes, in a certain way, yes, because of course in Japan there are basically two religions. One is Buddhism and the other is Shintoism. So there is a great respect for nature and nature as a soul in Japan. And so I try to respect this vision. So it's so important to me to respect this kind of Japanese perspective.
Lovely. Most of your pieces have, you've infused them with this. There's one particular block of wood that looks like a chair to me.
Yeah.
And how did you carved that out yourself, or you put two pieces of log together?
Yes, because there are two different parts. So originally there are two different beams, but we connect them through a Japanese technique, kigumi. So I designed the piece and before I selected the beams, and then I designed the piece. But then the artisan design the joint, which is a specific name because in Japan, every joint, as a wooden joint, has a proper name and way to use it. So, for example, for this chair, the name is Daizen. So it's a certain kind of wooden joint to connect these parts.
Gorgeous. Any favorite of yours, or any piece that was very difficult for you to actually make?
But honestly, all of them are my babies. So,
It's difficult to say which one you love more. Yeah.
but so because the idea is not to design, a piece, but design a story, a collection. And so in each piece, I try to enhance the beauty of this, the beautiness of this material and of this story and memory.
So if I was to sort of give my little piece, I think I would say that you've kind of married the Zen with the wabi-sabi. Is that so?
Yes, of course. Inside there is a sort of wabi-sabi, because wabi-sabi is part of the Japanese heritage and culture. But I didn't want to be nostalgic. Okay, so I tried to study, of course, the Japanese culture, but in a certain way I try to move on some principles, and that's why the name is Future Memories, because I find my way to put this story projected into the future, and that's why I selected also this space, this platform with this material. I selected steel because I didn't want to create something nostalgic, but I want that this kind of architecture, this kind of beams will be used by other designers to create new objects, new things, because this kind of architecture is disappearing in Japan. And these kind of houses, folk houses, they are replaced with anonymous residential unit. So for me, it's also a way to preserve this kind of heritage, no? So as a designer, I have the honor to project this kind of things, this kind of memories into the future.
That's lovely. It's a kind of a responsibility that you've taken on, that we have something of the past and we've infused it with something that is present and which will carry on.
Exactly.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much to you.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure.
Pleasure is all mine.
Bye-bye.